So you're getting a divorce, you're thinking about divorce, you've already been divorced, or you're just curious about my divorce and you clicked on the video. Welcome back, lonely people. Yes, formerly known as Father and Son Reacts, formerly known as The Lonely Dad, and now Only the Lonely. And I feel like it's very fitting for the topics that we're covering. And once again, everything is 100% true. Thank you so much for taking the time to help the channel grow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. Okay, so some of you might be thinking, what is this about divorce? Are you divorcing your wife? Is she divorcing you? You had her, we saw her in a couple of your videos. What's happening now? No, don't worry, I'm not talking about that one. That sounds bad to say, that one. I'm not talking about this particular marriage. Okay, technically, and I won't keep it about that, I'm gonna keep this about divorce, but technically, your boy has been married 3 times. Long story short, technically, if we're talking technicalities, I've been married 3 times, okay? I'm pretty much the Mexican version of Ross.
You got married again.
Yes?
I'm not gonna get into each one because I feel like each one is its own video because it's a hell of a roller coaster, but I'm gonna talk to you today about how it feels to go through divorce. I'm a glass half full type of person when it comes to love and relationships. I've always been the type to be like, if I'm into you, especially if I love you, I'm gonna let the dice roll. Now, obviously, some may see that as sweet and others may see that as idiotic, especially in this day and age when finances and people cheating and apps and all this stuff. So I get it, trust me, I get it, to each their own. I got married, I would consider it kind of young. I wanna say about 23. And the reason why I consider it even younger is because even though I grew up in a hoodish type area in some fast times, I myself was kind of a late bloomer when it comes to relationships. By the time I got into this relationship, talking to about my first marriage, that was my first big relationship. And I was 22, 23 years old. Up until that point, I had little girlfriends here and there, but for one, they didn't last longer than like 3 months. And for 2, I really didn't sleep with them, I'm not lying. I like how I said, I really didn't sleep with them. I'm just saying there's other stuff, and now I'm saying too much. Hey, listen, what I'm trying to say is, this was my first serious relationship, so I was head over heels, and I was thinking this was the one because I had never been so intense with somebody in my young adulthood. I didn't have any kids, she didn't have any kids. This was like our first real adult relationship, right? And then we ended up getting married, but let's backtrack it real quick. We were only together for about 3 months, then we got married.
Oh, I don't think I'm a lot dumber than you thought that I thought I was once.
We woke up before work. We worked at the same spot, by the way. So we woke up before work one day and just randomly started talking about love and marriage and why not? Why not, right? We're young and we're in love. Why don't we just do it? Talking about why don't we actually, let's go to the courthouse and let's see how we can do it. That's exactly what we do. We go to the courthouse, they say we have to file for a wedding certificate, but we had to keep it on the low, right? Because we didn't want our parents to know, even though at this time, like I said, we're 22, 23, she was just coming out of her parents' house, still in college. I was still in my parents' house working downtown Dallas. Either way, we wanted to keep it a secret. We ended up going before work like another day. I'm talking about like 9 o'clock in the morning. We still go to work afterwards, by the way. We go to the courthouse, no ring, no vows or nothing. We just go in front of a judge. There's literally like a homeless man or somebody in the back looking like they on something, right? That's our witness. Just a random person in the back. And then do you do? Yes, I do. Do you do? Yes, I do. Guess what? We're married. Let's go to work. We just went to work right after that because we're so in love, but it's us against the world, right? 3 months. 3 months hot and heavy. And now we're technically married, trying to keep it a secret. But then, lo and behold, our parents find out, and I would love to say because we sat them down and gave them the talk and just confronted it head on, or they were so crafty that they just knew something was going on, they did the research and they figured it out. Our dumbasses put our home addresses to mail the wedding certificate, so it went directly to the damn parents. My mom is confronting me in my room at the time. She's crying. How could you? How could you not tell me you robbed me, your mother, you're my oldest son, you robbed me of this moment? You go to a courthouse and get married and you do it in a sneaky way? Like, how could you do this to me? She's crying. Now I feel like shit. I'm trying to explain to her best I can. Her mom's mad at her because she fears this marriage is going to stop her from graduating. She ended up graduating, by the way. But anyway, parents is pissed. Our parents eventually wrapped their heads around it and they're like, okay, what's your plan? We didn't really know what the plan was, but we knew, well, let me say this, she knew that she wanted an actual wedding. So the plan then became, you know what? We're going to work our asses off and we're going to save up for a year and have a nice big wedding. That's what she really wanted with our family and friends there. So our parents invited us, or my parents said, you can live here, save up for that wedding, and then you guys can have an official wedding. Like I said, 3 months. 3 months. So the problem is, during this year of saving up for the actual marriage, we got to know each other. Guess what? Turns out we didn't really like each other all that much.
You're not crazy, and you do love me. That's the point, April. But I don't. I hate you.
Now, I'm feeling pressure. I know she's feeling pressure. I don't really have too many people to talk to at that point, but I think I talked to my mom a couple of times, and she's like, you're already married. Like, you're already married, dummy. She would say that. You're already married, dummy. So what's it gonna hurt to get married again? Because I was talking about, like, I was scared to go to the big wedding. And I was like, damn it, because I'm stupid, Mom. All right, I'm stupid. I didn't know. I'm just learning who this woman is now. We did it in reverse. I mean, but whose fault is that? That's my fault, right? Because I'm happy-go-lucky, because I'm rolling the dice. I'm a sucker for love. This was my first big relationship. And when I talk about hot and heavy, I say hot and heavy. The day of our wedding, like the actual wedding, I had cousins to come into town, some family members. It was a nice wedding. It really was. It was downtown Dallas, I think at the Gardens, Botanical Gardens, right by the State Fair. We had rented that place out after the church ceremony. We had stressed and stressed and stressed. So we had our own problems, right? Our own problems of just getting to know each other, but then add a whole wedding to put on your back through that year of getting to know each other. So by the time we got to the damn finish line, I think honestly, both of us, we were just expired. Imagine a car crossing a race and a finish line and people just pushing that you know what I'm saying? People just pushing it past the finish line. You're almost there, go, go. Yay, we're officially married even though we're already married and we're here. And we're stressed the hell out. Shortly after, we're pregnant. Now it gets 100 times worse because I have this pressure, but I'm excited. I've always wanted to be a dad. I'm gonna be a family man. So it's almost like a rejuvenation for me. So it didn't scare me off. If anything, it got me closer and gave me new motivation. The problem is, you soon realize that kids technically don't change things if you have not took the time to change things. Shortly after that, we split up. I end up leaving. The fights get really bad. We're never putting hands on each other or anything like that, but constantly arguing, constantly bickering over the dumbest stuff to the point where I was like, I can't take this no more. I'm still gonna have my daughter. I'll come and get her whenever you allow me, especially on my set days, but I can't do it. Like, you gotta understand, y'all, damn, like during this time, I had my own apartment. I thought I had moved on. But if you rewind, we had got together for one weekend about a month and a half prior to this to see, maybe let's talk and see if it'll work. 2 days. We got together just for 2 days. Then fast forward about a month and a half later, when I'm doing all this at my new apartment, I get a phone call talking about I'm pregnant. Pregnant? Who pregnant? Anyway, so I'm gonna be a dad again. At this time, y'all, I had my own apartment. I was in a relationship. I thought I had moved on. I was in a relationship when she called me saying I'm pregnant. And I want to tell you, my heart sank because the girl I was seeing was right next to me. So I knew now I had to have this conversation with her and it was going to destroy everything. But I had to tell her. I told her and literally we both cried there together. She started having some tears coming down. I started having some tears coming down. And we both knew it was a time clock on this damn new relationship. But honestly, shouldn't have ever been in a relationship, but it was just somebody I met at work. Long story longer, she left. I kind of tell my mom this, and I tell her what happened. She's like, pendejo. That's a beautiful word in Spanish, by the way, if you're not Mexican. Pendejo, you married her twice and now you got her pregnant twice? She literally said, I married her twice. Which, basically that's true, right? And now she's saying, you got her pregnant again. you're going back. You're not gonna be a damn wuss. And I'll never forget that conversation. It was in her current house upstairs by her bedroom. She was like, I didn't raise you guys like that. You guys are a bunch of wimps, because keep in mind, not only me, but my sister and my brother got a divorce. It was like dominoes. I got a divorce, then later my sister got a divorce, then after that, my brother got a divorce. So now my mom's like, what is this? I didn't raise you guys like this. You're a bunch of wimps. Which is crazy, right? My dumb ass, in hindsight, I totally underestimated marriage, and it sounds stupid, but I thought it was just like a gimme. I really did, because I grew up with the blessing of seeing my parents stay together, and they were always together. They're still together. For some reason, in my damn head, I was like, okay, you get married, and it just works. You figure it out. She literally said that, and I never forgot it. Because her and my dad are married to this day. Oh, they've been to war. They've talked about leaving or possibly separating. I've heard it throughout the years, but they're still together. So that's why she was looking at us like, you guys are wimps. You can't take nothing. Look at us. Now I'm going to get ultrasounds and stuff with her. We're talking again. I realize it's a boy. And boy, oh boy, when I realized I was going to have me a boy, it literally gave me like this new appreciation of life, this jovial spirit that I had not felt. And a lot of times I thought that I wasn't too hung up on boy or girl because I just wanted a healthy baby. I always said that and honestly believed that. But when I found out that I was finally gonna have a boy, it like solidified everything for me. I was like, what am I doing? I need to get my shit together. I need to try again. We need to make this work. I'm gonna be a dad again. So we get back together. And things are rocky. We never fix us. We never fix us. Literally, my son is only like months old, maybe 2 months old, 3 months old. We separate again. And honestly, every time we separated, it was me leaving. Not to say anything bad about her, because I was just as much at fault, you know what I'm saying? But it was always me, the one saying, I can't take it. Like it was like breaking me mentally. And instead of us like looking for therapy or looking for better resolutions, we were just young and dumb and hot-headed. We kept everything in-house till it exploded, and then I left. So now I'm a single dad with 2 kids. One is crawling, one is in a stroller, and it is a nightmare because I don't know how to do any of this. So when it's my days with my kids, oh boy, I'm over my head big time. But I'm there and I'm doing it. And then for years, I would love to tell you that we got divorced right away. 4 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe more, we were off and on.
Break up to make up.
On maybe a year, maybe a couple of months. And when we were off, possibly talking to other people, all the while being single parents, until it all came down to the day where I sat down and I said, this is madness. All we're doing is hurting each other. Like, what are we doing? We need to end it for real. Let's get a divorce. She actually agreed. She got the paperwork and we met at Starbucks. We literally sat down inside the Starbucks with the paperwork and we signed everything and agreed everything 50-50. There was no fighting. There was no bickering. It was just kind of sad, right? It was very, it was a depressing vibe. I didn't know how to take it. Who really knows how to take that, right? Because it's like you're putting a nail in the coffin saying, we're finally done. This is it. Then I come through the roller coasters of emotion, right? I have to learn to fully let go. She doesn't belong to me. That's the problem when you're going off and on with somebody. There's a piece of you, let's be real, especially talking to the men out there. There's a piece of you, if a woman is out there and she is off and on with you, especially if she has your kids, men have a way of looking at them like that. This is my family. So we have a tendency to get jealous, even though we may be talking to somebody else. We'll get jealous if they're talking to somebody else. Yes, it's a double damn standard, man, and it can go both ways as well. But I experienced that, real talk. So I had to learn. To let go, and so did she, because there was times where I was talking to somebody where she was clearly jealous. She even told me. So we both learned to let the hell go so we could stop bickering and solidify to each other that we do not belong to each other. We're free anyway. So you got this sense, right, of new beginnings. She even had a divorce party. She had a divorce party where she celebrated. I didn't have no divorce. I think my life was my divorce party, right? But she had an actual party. And I think my damn sisters were there, backstabbing asses. Anyway, no, real talk, I love my sisters. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, they had a damn party. That was like the healthiest breakup I've ever had. Like, so mature. We sat down, we agreed on everything. Yes, it was depressing, but that was mature as hell. So you got that, so you kind of feel good about yourself, but at the same time, you feel depressed because you don't know what's gonna happen now. Is anybody else gonna want me? How do I date? Hell, I'm resetting. I'm back at my parents' house. I don't got a lot going for me. I think I'm doing kind of stand-up comedy at this time, so I don't got the best game right now, but now I'm single with 2 kids. And with divorce and how it feels, that's really a loaded question because it all depends on the scenario and who you are. For some of us, divorce is celebration. For some of us, it's depression, and others, it just seems like it's the damn end of the road. I was able to get through it from a lot of things. I had a great support system. My family was always there. I had some good friends in my life at the time. Not too many, but the ones I had were great. I had goals. I had a social life because I was kind of doing, like I said, this stand-up comedy thing. It kept me active and it constantly kept me meeting people. It forced me to meet people. So I had these things that kept me in rotation and just wouldn't let me hide in the room. Because I swear, when we hide and we keep all these feelings to ourselves, it just makes everything 100 times worse. And I want to tell you guys, real talk from the bottom of my heart, through all that depression, through all those ups and downs and loving my kids and loving my family, even though I went through all that, and even though I said I will never do it, I'm gonna get married again, but I'm never gonna do it like this. I promise, man, I've learned my lesson. I did it the exact same way and got divorced again. But this time, it was to a stripper. But that's another damn story for another video.